Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honors, and glories unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, QADASAH. Double honors to my elders, my apostles of Great Milestone. They're doing their will. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the members of the elect, the elected, the one-third. Shalom. This is Brother Dawadah from the GMS Detroit camp coming at you with another video through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, QADASAH. And today I want to do a video going in on this article that I found today on RT News, which is entitled Mo Propaganda. Law sees new Sims installment pulled in Russia. So you see the image here, and when you read further down, it's going to explain what it is. It says the game's developers, what game? The Sims, right? Claim Russian law would have interfered with the depiction of what we gonna call them? We're gonna say the L word characters. Okay. This is a new installment from the makers of the massively popular video game series The Sims will not be sold in Russia, developers have announced, claiming that the presence of the alphabet community characters in marketing would have caused problems with Russian law. Video games giant EA, which stands for Electronic Arts, posted the news on its website last week, one day after announcing the upcoming release of the, quote, My Wedding Stories, end quote, game pack for The Sims 4. As the name suggests, the expansion adds elements focused on marriage to the core game, which allows players to control characters in a whimsical simulation of real life. The promotional material for, quote, My Wedding Stories, end quote, features a L-word couple named Dominique and Camille, which EA said would have caused problems in Russia due to legislation banning the depiction of, quote, non-traditional sexual relationships, quote, to minors. See? So that shows you that these major, these guys that are up there within the video game industry, you know, same, and also the guys that are up there within the music industry, and the guys that are up there within the movie making industry, they're heavy into the alphabet community being represented, especially to children. All right. Now, a lot of us grew up watching shows like Naruto, and there's a there's a series of scenes actually. All right, within the first few seasons where he's actually transformed himself with let's call it magic so you can understand. He transforms himself into a woman. Now Naruto's a male, but he has a power that he uses that can allow him to turn into a female. You see? That's a transformer. You know, but they cut it, sliced it, and diced it and presented it in a way where children would see it as being funny. You see? Now another show, what's it called? SpongeBob. Okay? There's scenes where SpongeBob, his lashes appear like that of a woman. Alright? There's scenes where SpongeBob looks, feminine. You know? Within a lot of these children's cartoon shows, they'll show you various forms of nudity and perverted scenes. Like you'll see the like Patrick, for instance, from SpongeBob. There's scenes where his butt cheeks are out. You know, like how a woman would prostrate herself for sex. You see, so it's a lot of freakism. Even in a lot of these Disney movies, there's a lot of freakism in it. You know. I think it's the movie Aladdin, where it was during the marriage scene, and it was like a priest. He was giving them the the marriage sermon, but then if you look closely, you can see that he has an erection. You see, and people were making a big uproar about it. And all Disney said was, "Oh no, that's not what that is. Oh, it's just the artist's depiction, or however they said it." And simple believeth every word, so they just gobbled that right up, and they don't talk about that no more. See, which if you look at the Disney logo, the D is a 6, the dot on the top of the I, that's a 6, all right, and then the Y at the end, that's a 6. So that's 666 right there. You see, so they're heavy into that, even into these video games. You have a video game called The Last of Us 2, all right, and the female character there, she's a L word. You see. So it's just a few tidbits where you see the alphabet community heavily represented within movies, within children's cartoons. Okay, heavily represented. Okay, and there's another video game where the alphabet community is being represented. It says, "quote As we move through our development and brand storytelling process, uh, it says we became aware that the way we wanted to tell Cam and Dom's story would not be something we could freely share around the world, right? Because certain places around the world ain't down with that program. All right. You have another movie called Eternals. Now that's supposed to be a Marvel cinematic movie. And, a lot of children are into superheroes and such, so they're watching that movie. And there's a scene where you had a Jake, a male Jake, right, and he had a boyfriend within that movie. You see, this place is wicked, is decrepit, is defiled. Okay, this place is defiled. Not only do you have this whole alphabet community being represented, but you also have the simpism heavily within America, Babylon the Great. Like today's so-called Valentine's Day, right? Which they don't even know what that goes back to, But they're keeping it as the male simping for these women. They're not even virgins. They're not righteous. They don't cook. They don't clean. They don't do anything for you. But meanwhile, you're going out of your way to purchase her some chocolates and spending $30, $40, $50 on some plushes for someone that ain't even worth it. This place gotta go. All right. So that's enough of this. All right. Let's see. So Russia, they ain't down with that. So let's go from there. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. See, this whole kingdom, this whole society has to go. Let's go to Isaiah. Is it 19? Yeah. Isaiah 19 and verse 14. YAHAWASHI hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. What's that? What are examples of that perverse spirit? The L, the G, and the rest of the letters of that acronym. The alphabet community. That's a perverse spirit that has been mingled in the midst of the land of America. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So this place is totally perverse. All right. So people are open about being a mo, being the L word, being a transformer. See, and the scripture prophesied about all these things. Okay. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, just to show you. Because they package it up and they market it towards children to mess with their minds. Once again, like in that show Naruto, he uses a power called he calls it sexy jutsu, and it transforms him into looking like a woman. You see? But that's how they packaged it up. And there were men that were looking at Naruto like he was a chick, but he was actually a dude. And even within the very first episode of that whole show, they show two male characters kiss each other. See? So that shows you these guys, these, it ain't just Esau doing this, it's also these other nations pushing that agenda. Because that's a Japanese anime, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 26. It says, disquieting, well, let's start at 24. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled. Same thing going on now. But either one slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery. Same thing going on now. Adultery is heavily rampant in America. All right? And you can't even do anything about it. All right? You can't call the cops and say, oh, hey, look, my woman was cheating on me. They'll look at you like you got 8 heads. See? That's why the Hosea wisely said, not Hosea, but Habakkuk said, let's grab it. Habakkuk, the first chapter. Well, actually, let's finish this and then let's hop to the book of Habakkuk, because that'll sum it all up. Let's see. So let's keep reading. So keep these examples in mind, right? So that let's read 24 again. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously, or grieved them by adultery, so that they reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. See? And all these things are going on right now, once again. Just like how it took place back then, it's all taking place right now. Now I want to zone in on this word changing of kind. Now when you look this up within the 1611 edition, for that word kind, that word there is sex. Alright? It'll say sexes, either sex or sexes. So what is the changing of sex? It's called a transformer. You know? It's a transformer. See? So the scriptures speak about these things. No new thing under the sun, right? Let's go from there to Habakkuk 1. Because even in the ancient world, you have certain individuals that were cross-dressing. You know? Wearing that which pertaineth unto a woman. Yeah. Even now, women wear pants. They aren't supposed to physically be wearing pants. Alright? They ain't supposed to be wearing pants at all. Habakkuk 1 and 4. Let's start at 3. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked. What law? The law of the Heavenly Father. It's slacked. Alright? And judgment doth never go forth. Why? Because evil is ruling. So the proper judgment for wickedness, like adultery, that ain't going forth. The proper judgment, according to the law, statutes, and commandments of YAHAWASHI, for being a Mo, for being in the alphabet community, that judgment ain't never going forth. Why? Because evil is ruling. Okay? For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Right. Wrong judgment according to what? According to the scriptures. Esau isn't judging according to the scriptures. Though he says that this is a God-fearing nation. Alright? They declared, it was in, I want to say in the 1980s, you know, that he declared, this was a certain year, I want to say 1984 maybe. He declared it the year of the Bible. (1983). Okay. He declared it the year of the Bible. Okay. Underneath President Ronald Reagan. But here it is, you're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments written within the scriptures. See? This whole kingdom, this whole society has to go. You see? It's a God-fearing nation. Yeah, let you call the cops and say, oh, my woman cheated on me. They're not going to do anything. Let them say, oh, or let you say, oh, there's a mole that just walked past me. Do something. They're not going to do anything. You know? This whole society is backwards. They don't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. That's why, let's read it again. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. Why? For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Who's the wicked? Esau. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. See? That's why. Because the wicked is in power. Okay? But it ain't going to be for too much longer. As is written, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Eventually, this society, as we know it, is going to be done away with. Right? As the Apostle Paul said, the fashions of this world passeth away. Alright? Yahushua said, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. This devil is on his way up out of here. Him, and along with his wicked legislation. And in the kingdom, we're not going to see this type of madness. Alright, let's scroll up. We're not going to see this madness in the kingdom. We're never going to see that. See? And we won't have to worry about our children being defiled by a sinless madness. You know, and trying to pattern themselves after this. It won't happen. So with that, all praises, honors, and glories be unto Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahushua B'Hashem HaKodash. Double honors to my elders and my apostles of Great Milestone. They're doing even well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the members of the elect. They are elected on third. With that being said, Shalom. RAWCHAA community feasts that listen. Shalom.